Hello, guys. Welcome back. This is episode 19 of the Healthy Osprey podcast. My name is Kathy,
My name's Dee.
and we hope that you guys enjoyed last week's episode. Today, we're actually going to be talking about the holidays and how close we are to them and what we look forward to. We're going to talk a little bit about nutrition and how you guys can, just eat a little bit healthier. I know that there's so much information out there, but I am a nutrition major and I feel like I've known a little bit about the secrets that are out there that you guys should be aware of. And then another thing that we want to talk to you about is what you can do after your Zoom classes, like fun activities y'all can do to definitely, keep the happiness going around throughout the day. So, Dee, why don't you begin with the holidays?
Hey guys, so it's 5 days until fall officially, and I'm like so excited because when fall comes, I get to dress like in burgundy and like mustard colors. Like, dressing up is totally my thing. So, and I have these fall boots, so I'm like excited to like pull out all the stops when it comes to fall. And then there's 44 days until Halloween. And I think that's crazy because like usually there's a lot more like people are like decorating their houses, or there's a lot more like activity, a lot of like more build up. But this year it's like such a low Halloween. Like there's not really like so much activities towards like, I even if I like, went into Target, I didn't like see a lot of like Halloween decorations or anything like up like that. So I'm like kind of like shocked. How do you feel about that, Kathy?
I'm actually like more excited about it. I don't know, like, cause my life in the past has been so busy around these times where like I didn't really care for all of these like holidays of like not I do care for them, but I'm talking about like how people like decorate for them. But now like I don't know, I'm just like more into it. Like I literally like talk with my roommate and I'm like we literally have planned on going Halloween shopping, and she has like 5 or 6 pairs of Halloween socks that she's already bought. So she's definitely like emerged me into that. But my favorite holiday is like Christmas, and like just because like I love like the stuff to do around that time. Like I love baking. I love like all the little parties and stuff. So I wonder how it's gonna be like this year.
There are 99 days until Christmas. Like that is exciting, guys. Like Christmas is my favorite holiday. Like I love seeing people open gifts. I know it's weird. I like receiving them too, but like I like when people open my gifts. Like I get like that happy sensation. I'm like, oh my god, are they gonna hate it? Are they gonna love it? Are we right down the middle? Like that
Yeah.
excites me a lot. And then
Do you
so
read out the late like how like the names are like from to and from? Like, are you the person that like grabs the gift and names it? I'm the
yeah,
same person too. I do that. My family just knows I'm gonna do it. They're like, alrighty.
last year I used frozen wrapping paper because that's like my favorite Disney.
Oh, cute. Yeah, my mom just gets wrapping paper from the dollar store. Or like if it's like on sale, like at like some like Joanne store, she's just like, yep, we're doing this one. Like it's just funny. I'm like, all right.
My brother was offended last year when I gave him a frozen wrapping paper, but it had his favorite video game in it, but he just did not appreciate the wrapping paper. But
My
also
brother he wraps our gifts in newspaper.
the newspaper.
Yeah. It's really funny. He doesn't care anymore.
Oh my gosh. The last holiday that I skipped over by accident was Thanksgiving. There's 70 days on
Yes.
eat and we can gobble gobble. 70 days until Thanksgiving. Like that is crazy. I like Thanksgiving because there's only one time a year my uncle cooks this callaloo shrimp, and callaloo is like kind of like a Caribbean thing, but it's basically like chopped up veggies and it's steamed and it's really nice. Um, but when you like eat that, it hits the spot, and he only makes it once a year, and that's Thanksgiving. So I'm excited for Thanksgiving.
I never heard of that.
Yeah, callaloo shrimp. Yep.
Is it like Cajun?
I don't know how, I'm
Right?
probably gonna pronounce this wrong. Do you know bok chow or
Yeah,
choy? I think
bok choy.
bok choy, it's definitely like that when you like cut it up and you steam it. It comes down to that kalu. It looks very similar. It's also a veg.
Oh,
But then he like puts the shrimp in there. He puts curry shrimp in there, and it's like a whole nother flavor, man. You would never think you're eating veg.
that sounds really good. I love shrimp. Oh, yes. My
Weirdly,
mom,
weirdly enough, I love cooking veggies. Like I love making kale and bok choy. I love cooking asparagus. Like I don't know. I for me like my expertise is cooking veggies. Weird. Um, the other day I made potato fries, which was different, but it was like healthy because we baked it. We like skimmed it down and then we baked it into the oven.
like sweet potato fries or
Yeah,
just potato fries?
potato fries.
Oh, sweet potato fries are really good. Like you can season them too differently. You can season them with cinnamon and like honey and stuff like that, or you can just make them like salty, like kind of like the way that they do them in restaurants. They kind of make them like a little like salty and yeah, so there's a lot of methods of like different vegetables that you can do. Um, I definitely am looking forward food wise to definitely the food at Thanksgiving just because like who doesn't want to look forward to like all you can eat pretty much. But like I know that's like really bad to say, but I give myself this freedom of whatever is there, I can try little pieces of it just because like people made all this food, I feel like people just think that it's the one time of the year that they have to kind of take advantage of like what's in front of them because they give themselves so much of restriction during like the holiday season. Like I feel like people weeks before Thanksgiving, and this exists, like you know, it's true that where people literally give themselves like a restriction of, oh, I'm not gonna have anything sweet until it's Thanksgiving because I'm looking forward to my grandmother's like I don't know like pumpkin pie. But in actuality, like that's really bad because you shouldn't be restricting of yourself of things that you like to eat, and it's not a good thing. It's not a good mindset because it's like if you only do that with food that's not very fun way of living because I don't restrict myself from taking a shower every day because I have to. I don't restrict myself from drinking coffee. I don't restrict myself from watching TV or being on my phone, knowing that there are consequences if you're on your, phone too much. You might not be able to get that amount of sleep that you want to just because like you're not producing enough melatonin because you're looking at this light that is literally blocking it. So I don't think people should feel that way about food. And you kind of just have to immerse yourself into it because it's literally a thought in your head. Have you ever been in a crowd where everyone is eating something and you're that one person that's not because you just and you want the food, trust me, you want it. And you're like, no, I'm not gonna eat that because like I'm on a diet. Have you ever thought of that in one point in your life?
For sure, definitely.
Yeah. But if you actually think about it, if you actually try to immerse yourself, so maybe everyone's eating cake and the slice of cake is like this big, but if you can actually, you may not even want that giant piece of cake. If you can get like a tiny slice of it, just like a little bit, I promise you that little craving that you had of that restriction in your head of you feeling bad about yourself for like, like, oh, I really want that, but I'm not going to do it. Like, and you're constantly thinking about it. But if you have that little piece, you'll be fine. Trust me, you will. Um, and that's what I've learned. Like, even when it comes to Thanksgiving, like, I don't try everything. I only try my favorite stuff that I like or something new. But I only have a little bit of it because I know that later I'm going to want more. And when it comes to Thanksgiving, I feel like people get a giant plate, right? And they don't eat for the rest of the day. And it's like, well, why did you need that much food in the first place, though? When you could have had a little bit. If you're going to be there for 5 hours, like, pretend you're at your house and start, like, snacking, and then work your way into eating smaller meals, but a little bit more frequently. So, because it's a good thing to not fill your body up so much food in the beginning, actually, because that's what's gonna make you kind of like crash. Have you ever seen people that are in like a food coma and then they like take a nap? Like that's pretty much what happens when you eat a lot.
Yeah, literally every Thanksgiving, the boys in the family would like go so hard, like eating like everything that is there, and it's just because like they're just excited. So like usually they'll eat everything, they'll play football, and then they're dead for the rest of the night. Like they literally fall asleep on the couch. Last year, someone fell asleep on the floor. Like they were in that food coma land, like for sure.
Yeah. And I definitely think that that is one of the things when it comes to my major is like literally like nutrition counseling is involved in helping people that face those restrictions on that. And so that's why I mentioned that, because I've literally have felt it myself, but I also listened to a podcast like last week regarding that issue that, you kind of just have to know that all those cravings or all those things that are tempting are going to be there, and you're just going to have to accept it. Even if you want to restrict yourself as much as possible, you have to literally immerse yourself and take it in, even if it's just one bite of something, because you want it.
You know,
Even
you
just one bite. I have a piece of chocolate like every night, and it's like just a piece. It's not a huge candy bar, but it helps me because I know that at this time, this behavior that I do, I want it. And so it's also learned behavior too. If you have a habit of eating a sweet every night, it's going to be a learned behavior every single night. So that's why when you can, have you ever like, when did you ever come home from school when you were little and you had a snack?
yeah.
Yeah. So some people that maybe, or if you're a college student and you want to change that habit, or you feel like you want to maybe try something new, because there's some people that they can have that snack and they're going to be completely fine for like until dinner time. So like 3 hours later, if they get, or 2 hours later. But there's some people that literally like take the bag of chips, the family size ones, and they'll actually like literally finish the whole thing. And that's where people are like, well, why am I packing so many calories? Like, well, it's because you literally ate 50 chips instead of the serving size of 15. So that's where that problem lies. And so one thing that we learned this week is that if you can go for a walk after work instead of snacking, like go around your neighborhood for 5 minutes after work, that's a way of changing your behavior, because you don't have that cue anymore in your head that I need to have a snack. So, and I think that goes along with like all of our behaviors that we do every day. It can be even when it comes to someone that is an alcoholic or they smoke. Um, they have to have a drink every Friday, when they can probably just go to the beach and listen to music. And speaking of the beach, you like to go to the beach a lot, right?
I do. I like to go out there and sit outside and like do homework like after a long day of
Do you have
classes.
homework there?
Yeah, sit out there. Like, it's really nice and peaceful. Like it really is. I like would go like towards the evening time because the sun sometimes kills me. So I've learned to go more towards the evening or early in the morning, depending on the day. But if it's like a day where I just come from class, my first reaction is usually to like go to the beach and just like relax and sometimes read whatever I see or whatever is like relaxing to me. But just like being in that like cool environment and just listening to the ocean is just like a really relaxing sensation. Another thing like I would do like to relax after a long day of classes is go to one of my friends' houses and play with their cats. They have a baby kitten, and then they have a he's about 8 months now, and they're like the most adorable things ever. It's like to play with cats, and I'm actually not a cat person, but she made me become one because it just became like a relaxing thing to do and became like a habit. So I advise like cuddling with the cat or relaxing on the beach is like some ways. Um,
Yeah, was at my friend's house last week, and she has two bunnies. And I kid you not, even a bunny helped me feel better. And they're two, and they're so big. And it's like, that's literally an example of how animals can literally help you so much, and you don't even realize it.
yeah, for sure. Oh, you know what is another way? Like I remember posting this week on our UNF Healthy Ospreys, their Instagram. There was a post and it was like ways to like self care. So like there are methods like reach out to a friend, go on a social media detox, find a quiet spot to meditate, read a book, write a gratitude list, practice deep breathing, listen to upbeat music, go for a walk or exercise, watch a comedy to laugh and smile, visit a family member, spend time outdoors, have a mini pamper sesh, or try a new hobby.
Yes, the mini pamper sesh is a real thing, guys. It helps. I did that Sunday night. I did my hair, and no, I did my nails. Now one of them came off. But I did my nails, and I did like a little skincare. I put like some music on, and it's just so nice. And also you said about like the social media thing, like um you don't even have to get off your phone exactly for social media, even if you want to like de-stress away from it. But usually when you are on social media, the people that you follow are the one that influence you. So if you're following someone that is just negative or is posting things that kind of just, they don't make you smile, they don't make you feel better about yourself, like, something that just literally bothers you, like when you see this person post, it's something negative, it's something like
Not optimistic.
mean. Yeah, and so you just kind of have to literally unfollow them. And yeah, that seems like maybe for some people that's like, okay, it's not that deep, but at the same time, well, if it bothers you to the point where like it's not doing anything good for you, you gotta let it go. And that can be the same thing for your friends too. You'd be surprised, some people literally like get rid of their friends just because they're like racist or something like that. Like my friend literally told me that yesterday, that she's literally not friends with this one girl anymore because she is just blatantly racist, like, and it doesn't stop. So
That's
like
crazy.
my best friend was talking to me saying how she wants to like adopt kids one day, and she wants to have like kids of any color, it doesn't matter, and she would love to have like a baby that's like black or something like that. And her other friend literally like looked at her and gave her a nasty eye. And that's why she's literally not friends with her anymore. Other reasons why, but that's literally an example of behaviors of like people rolling their eyes or even giving looks like that is something of people that you have to get rid of.
Yeah, I feel like a big thing, a part of life is the relationships. And my family always says, like, actually, I think you would know this too, birds that flock together. I actually can't remember the phrase, but basically, like, you are who you hang out with was a big phrase that used to be like going around growing up. And so my mom always used to tell me, like, don't like try to get people who are negative because they rub off on you. And so for me, like growing up, I've always had like this optimistic point of view about life. And one day, one of my friends was annoyed, was like, well, yeah, she was a friend at the time. She's like, why are you always so happy? Like, why can't you just be sad for once? And I'm like, honestly, what's there to
She
be sad?
said that.
Yeah, yeah. She's like, why? Honestly, why can't why can't you like be sad for once? And I was like,
Why can't you just cry in a corner for 5
yeah. And I was like, honestly, like just because like I've always like have like a grateful heart about like the things that I have, and I always like look beyond the bad. And I feel like toxic relationships like that, like you like need to like cut them off instantly because they're just gonna hinder you from growing and blossoming into like the person that you could be. And so I feel like surrounding yourself with like the right individuals is a very like key point in life. Like it's so critical to like have like the right group of people to inspire you and like say you can do it, like you can go reach that goal, you can go become a billionaire, like you can do whatever you put your mind to, and like have that support. Because like negativity is just not something that people should like go through, but even though they do, but it's just like dealing with it every day, like it becomes toxic.
It
So
does. And that literally can be about anyone. It doesn't have to be even your best friend. It can literally be your significant other that can put you down. And you may not realize it because you're in a comfortable situation with them. You think that they're just messing with you and that it's no big deal. But in fact, like it's actually like people will notice it that they're the odd one in the crowd that's literally causing the pain. Um, so yeah, we wanted to honestly say that if you have anyone that brings you down like that, guys, like definitely like cut them off, um, or even have a conversation with them as to why do they feel this way. Because like at the end of the day, like you don't want to really put the whole blame on them. You want to actually question what's going on in their life. Some people literally have, you know, gone through things that have caused that behavior to go that way. Like some people maybe take out their anger in that way just because they have a lot of stuff at work and they feel like they don't have that time to relax. And so if you can honestly help them maybe find that path of relaxation, maybe it'll help them feel better. But yeah, I think we're going to end it here though. So thank you for that awesome conversation. And we definitely want to keep discussing about, you know, building healthy relationships. That's part of like the mission that we do with this job, in general, in this program that we have at school. And if you have anything that you want to talk to personally to anyone, you can always reach out to the counseling center. They are super helpful. Another thing is that you can also try to do like things that you've seen online, maybe like meditation, go exercising, hang out with that one friend that you know that can always, you know, lift you up, or even talk to them on the phone. That really helps too. So yeah, but I think we're gonna end it here, guys. My name is Kathy,
name's Dee.
and we hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day and have a wonderful weekend. Peace out.